Subscribe to the channel and also press the bell icon to never miss an update from Endeavour Careers.
Hello and welcome to Endeavour's GK Capsule for the month of November 2021. The big news of the month was repeal of 3 farm laws by the government. Farmers' organizations were protesting against these laws for more than a year. Coronavirus threat also renewed with a new Omicron variant detected in South Africa in November. In other news, Parag Agrawal was appointed the new CEO of Twitter. Let's look at these and other highlights of the month. The first category is awards and recognitions. President Ramnath Kovind presented Gallantry Awards 2021 on 22nd November. During the awards ceremony, President Kovind accorded several gallantry awards including the Shaurya Chakra, Kirti Chakra and Veer Chakra. The hero of Balakot airstrike, Group Captain Abhinandan Varthaman, was accorded the Veer Chakra. Abhinandan, who was a wing commander then, had shot down a Pakistani F-16 fighter aircraft on 27 February 2019. Apart from him, President Kovind accorded the Shaurya Chakra posthumously to Naib Subedar Somveer for killing terrorists during an operation in Jammu and Kashmir. In addition, Major Vibhuti Shankar Dhondiyal was also accorded the Shaurya Chakra posthumously. Major Dhondiyal was martyred in the February 2019 encounter with Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists in Pulwama in Jammu and Kashmir. President Kovind also conferred the Shaurya Chakra Gallantry Award to Major Mahesh Kumar Bhure. Major Bhure was a young captain in the Indian Army. On November 25, 2018, he led a team in Jammu and Kashmir in an operation that was planned by him. Further, President Kovind accorded the second highest Peacetime Gallantry Award, Kirti Chakra, posthumously to Prakash Jadhav from the Corps of Engineers. Jadhav had neutralized terrorists in an operation in Jammu and Kashmir. The Gallantry Awards are announced twice a year, first on the occasion of Republic Day and then on Independence Day. 28-year-old mountaineer Priyanka Mohite from Maharashtra was selected by the Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports for the prestigious Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award 2020. Priyanka has scaled the world's highest peak, Mount Everest, and also Mount Makalu. She is the first Indian woman to climb Mount Annapurna, the 10th highest mountain peak in the world. Priyanka Mohite is one among the 7 recipients of the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award 2020. The other winners of the National Adventure Award are Jai Prakash Kumar, Sheetal, Shrikant Vishwanathan, Jai Kishan, Lieutenant Colonel Sarvesh Dhadwal and Colonel Amit Bisht. South African writer Damon Galgut won the prestigious Booker Prize for Fiction for his novel The Promise. Galgut took the prize on his 3rd time as a finalist. He was previously shortlisted in 2003 and 2010 but lost both times. Founded in 1969, the Booker Prize has a reputation for transforming writers' careers. Galgut has received the prize money of £50,000 along with a lot of fame. For the second year, the award ceremony was conducted online due to the coronavirus pandemic. The next category is Persons in News. Parag Agrawal has become the new CEO of Twitter after Jack Dorsey announced his resignation. Parag, who was Twitter's Chief Technology Officer, is assuming the role of the company's CEO immediately. Parag Agrawal joins the likes of Sundar Pichai and Satya Nadella as Indian-origin CEOs running the biggest tech companies in the world. The 37-year-old Parag Agrawal is a computer science graduate from IIT Bombay and a PhD from Stanford University. He has worked with Microsoft, Yahoo and AT&T Labs before joining Twitter in 2011. In his role as CTO, Parag looked after the technical strategy of machine learning and artificial intelligence for Twitter. He was also in charge of the blue sky vision of Twitter for an open and decentralized social media. Falguni Nayar has become India's richest self-made woman billionaire with a net worth of nearly $7.7 billion or Rs 56,600 crores. This also makes Nair the second wealthiest woman promoter in the country behind Savitri Jindal, the chairperson of Jindal Group of Companies. Falguni Nair is the founder and CEO of Nykaa. Nykaa is India's first unicorn startup headed by a woman. Nykaa sells beauty and personal care products online. Nykaa had a blockbuster IPO on Bombay Stock Exchange. The market cap of Nykaa hit an overall valuation of $13.5 billion in the first 5 minutes of trade. Nykaa, the Sanskrit word for actress, quickly became popular with young, tech-savvy Indians, predominantly women, who preferred the wide selection of brands. Admiral R. Hari Kumar took charge as the new chief of the Indian Navy on 30th November. He succeeded Admiral Karambir Singh. Admiral R. Hari Kumar joined the Indian Navy in 1983. During his long and distinguished service spanning nearly 39 years, the Admiral has served in a variety of command, staff and instructional appointments. He also commanded the Indian Navy's aircraft carrier INS Virat. Admiral Kumar has undergone courses at the Naval War College, the US Army War College, Maho and Royal College of Defence Studies, the UK. Famous Hindi writer Manu Bhandari passed away on 15th November. She was 90 years old. She was unwell for some time and was being treated at a hospital in Gurugram. Manu Bhandari was one of the key members of the Nai Kahani movement of Hindi literature. Some of Bhandari's notable works include Mahabhoj, Aapka Banti, Ek Plate Sailab, Yahi Sach Hai, Teen Nigahein Ek Tasveer, and Trishanku. She was the winner of the prestigious Vyas Samman in 2008 for her autobiography Ek Kahani Ye Bhi.
The next category is Places in News.
Indore has been ranked as India's cleanest city under the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan for the 5th time in a row. In the results of Swachh Sarvekshan 2021 announced by the government on 20th November, Indore secured the top place. Surat in Gujarat was ranked 2nd and Vijayawada in Andhra Pradesh 3rd in the list. Chhattisgarh has been awarded cleanest state in the annual cleanliness survey, while Varanasi in Uttar Pradesh has won the cleanest Ganga town. UNESCO has included J&K's Srinagar in the prestigious list of Creative Cities Network in the category of Folk Art and Culture and Craft. J&K's Srinagar district is known for its long and illustrious traditions of crafts and folk art. Iconic crafts like Pashmina shawls, wood carvings, sozni, khatamband and hand-knotted carpets are hallmarks of the city. Srinagar is the 6th Indian city in the UNESCO's Creative Cities list, along with Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Varanasi and Jaipur. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation of the Noida International Airport at Jewar in Gautam Buddha Nagar on 25th November. The first phase of the airport is being done at a cost of over 10,000 crore rupees. Spread over more than 1,300 hectares of land, the airport will be the second international airport to come up in Delhi NCR. The Jewar Airport will be India's largest airport after its completion in 2024. With this, Uttar Pradesh will become the only state in India to have 5 international airports. Let us now look at major highlights in the category of national news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced the repeal of the 3 farm laws on 19th November. The repeal of 3 controversial farm laws came after a year of protests. Thousands of farmers had camped at Delhi's borders since last November and dozens died from cold and suicide. The legislative process for the repeal was completed in the winter session of the Parliament. Addressing the nation in a television broadcast, the Prime Minister also announced the formation of a committee to look into issues related to agriculture, including minimum support prices. The announcement came on the birth anniversary of Guru Nanak, the founder of Sikhism. Farm unions are seeing the repeal of farm laws as a huge victory. The Union Health Ministry released the summary findings of the 5th round of the National Family and Health Survey on 24th November. The survey was conducted in 2 phases between 2019 and 2021. The results of the survey show some surprising demographic transitions, such as women outnumbering men. The data shows that there were 1,020 women for 1,000 men in the country in 2019-2021. The total fertility rate in the country has also come down to 2. This is just below the replacement fertility rate of 2.1. The share of stunted, wasted and underweight children has all come down. However, several of India's nutritional indicators have worsened. The survey revealed that the number of anemic children under 5 years of age rose to 67.1%. This means that 2 out of every 3 children under 5 in India are anemic. The percentage of anemic women rose to 57%. The number of anemic men also rose to 25%. In a major step back, the Andhra Pradesh government has announced to repeal the bill for creating 3 capitals. Now the state will only have 1 capital at Amravati. The Jagan Mohan Reddy government had brought in the bill for creating 3 separate capitals in Visakhapatnam, Amravati and Kurnool. The bill was repealed after 600 days of protest by farmers and opposition. Let us now look at major highlights in the category of international news. According to a new report by McKinsey & Co., China has surpassed the United States to become the richest nation in the world. China's wealth jumped to $120 trillion in 2020 from just $7 trillion in 2000. This marks a jump of $113 trillion in 20 years, helping the nation surpass the United States in terms of net worth. During the same period, the US saw its net worth increase to $90 trillion. It is worth noting that in both the US and China, more than 2/3 of the wealth is held by the richest 10% of households. The Turkish currency lira has hit a record low of 12.49 against the US dollar after the President Recep Erdogan pressurized the central bank to reduce the rates sharply. Erdogan has replaced 3 central bank governors in the past 2 years, undermining investor confidence. He thinks that the lower rates will help spur economic growth and create jobs, even as inflation rises to nearly 20% and the currency depreciation accelerates. Lira has lost 40% of its value this year. The next category is news from the field of business, economy and industrial sector. The Union government has appointed veteran banker KV Kamath as the chairman of the newly formed National Bank for Financing Infrastructure and Development. This bank will be 100% government owned. It has been established to finance the long-term, low-margin and risky nature of infrastructure projects. It will help fund about 7,000 infra projects under the National Infrastructure Pipeline with an investment of Rs 111 lakh crores by 2024-25. The 73-year-old KV Kamath has been appointed as its chairman for a 3-year term. Kamath is an alumnus of IIM Ahmedabad. He retired as MD and CEO of ICICI Bank in 2009. He also served as the first president of the BRICS Bank until last year. Starlink, the satellite internet division of Elon Musk's rocket company SpaceX, has its wholly owned subsidiary in India. Sanjay Bhargav is appointed as the country director of Starlink India. Starlink aims to start broadband services in India from December 2022 and has applied to the Government of India for license. Starlink is keen to work in rural areas for providing broadband services. The services of the company will compete with that of Reliance Jio, Bharti Airtel, Vodafone Idea in broadband. The next category is meetings and summits. 3 major summit meetings were held this month. The United Nations Climate Change Conference 2021, also known as COP26, was held from 31st October to 13th November. This year's conference was hosted at Glasgow, Scotland. The president of the conference was British Cabinet Minister Alok Sharma. Delayed for a year due to COVID-19 pandemic, it was the 26th conference of the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The representatives of 197 countries attended the conference. India was represented by Environment Minister Bhupender Yadav. The result of COP26 is the Glasgow Climate Pact. During the negotiations, the countries agreed to focus on keeping global warming from going beyond 1.5 degrees Celsius. The countries also agreed to explicitly target coal use and fossil fuel subsidies. The COP26 urged the development countries to provide $100 billion yearly financing to poor nations to shift to environment-friendly technologies. The countries also agreed to achieve the target of net carbon zero by the year 2050. The 17th edition of the Climate Change Performance Index was released on 9th November. The index is compiled by German Watch, the New Climate Institute, and the Climate Action Network. The index monitors the climate mitigation progress of 60 countries. The first 3 ranks of the overall rankings were kept empty because no country had performed well enough protecting the climate. Denmark, Sweden, and Norway achieved the top spot at 4th, 5th, and 6th rank in the index. India is at the 10th position in the overall rankings. China is ranked 37 overall and has an overall poor rating in Climate Change Performance Index. The next category is Science and Technology. A new coronavirus variant has been detected in South Africa in mid-November. The new variant is identified as B11529 Omicron. According to scientists, the new variant is a concern because of its high number of mutations and rapid spread among young people. The new variant has more than 30 mutations in its spike protein that affects transmissibility. South African officials had warned that a new resurgence was expected from mid-December to early January. Many countries have banned flights from South African countries. India has also recorded the first 2 cases of Omicron variant in Karnataka on 25th November. According to the WHO, Omicron variant has higher transmissibility, but it is expected to be milder than the earlier Delta variant. Russia has begun deliveries of its long-range S-400 defense system to India. The first unit of S-400 systems will arrive in India by the end of this year. The announcement was made by Indian Foreign Secretary Harshvardhan Shringla ahead of Russian President Vladimir Putin's India visit. The S-400 Triumph is considered as the most advanced air defense system in the world. It has the capability to protect against almost all sorts of aerial attacks, including drones, missiles, rockets, and even fighter jets. India and Russia signed a $5.5 billion deal in 2018 for 5 long-range surface-to-air missile systems. The deal could put India at risk of sanctions by the United States. India could face a range of financial sanctions from the US under the law titled Countering America's Adversaries Through Sanctions Act, CATSA. The CATSA names Russia as an adversary alongside North Korea and Iran. Last year, the US imposed a similar sanction on Turkey for purchasing S-400 system from Russia. However, India went ahead with the deal despite severe American objections. India said that it has a strategic partnership with both US and Russia. The world's first mission to test technology for defending Earth against an incoming asteroid or comet was launched by NASA on 24th November. The DART or Double Asteroid Redirection Test was launched on a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket from California. The main aim of the mission is to test the newly developed technology that would allow a spacecraft to crash into an asteroid and change its course. The DART is built and managed by the Johns Hopkins Applied Physics Laboratory in Maryland. The DART mission is a part of NASA's larger planetary defense strategy. India launched its 41st scientific expedition to Antarctica on 15th November. The first batch, comprising 23 scientists and support staff, reached the Indian Antarctic station Maitri. According to the Ministry of Earth Sciences, 4 more batches will be landing in Antarctica in January next year. The Indian Antarctic program, which began in 1981, has completed 40 scientific expeditions and built 3 permanent research-based stations in Antarctica named Dakshin Gangotri, Maitri and Bharti. Actor-director Kamal Haasan has become the first Indian celebrity to have his own digital avatar in a metaverse. Kamal Haasan has announced plans for his museum in the upcoming metaverse game from Fantico. Fantico is a digital collectibles platform for NFTs or non-fungible tokens. Other stars such as Amitabh Bachchan and Salman Khan have also launched their NFTs. NFTs are based on blockchain-enabled technology that prove unique ownership of digital content such as videos, photographs, or audio. The next category is sports. The President of India, Ramnath Kovind, presented the National Sports Awards 2021 on 13th November. India's highest sports award, Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna, was given to 12 sports persons, namely Neeraj Chopra for javelin throw, Ravi Kumar for wrestling, Lavlina Borgohain for boxing, P.R. Srijesh and Manpreet Singh for hockey, Mithali Raj for cricket, Sunil Chhetri for football and para-athletes Avni Lekhara and Manish Narwal for shooting, Pramod Bhagat and Krishna Nagar for badminton and Sumit Antil for athletics. Along with the Khel Ratna Awards, Arjuna Awards were also presented to 35 sports persons. You can check the complete list of all winners in the first comment below this video. Australia won its first T20 World Cup title by defeating New Zealand in the finals. Chasing a stiff target of 173, the Aussies reached the score with 7 balls remaining. The T20 World Cup, which is hosted every 2 years, was postponed by 1 year due to the coronavirus pandemic. The matches were also shifted to UAE and Oman. The India-Pakistan match during the tournament became the highest viewed T20 match ever, with 167 million viewers. The match, however, proved to be one-sided, with Pakistan defeating India by 10 wickets. Pakistani captor Babar Azam scored highest runs in the tournament. David Warner of Australia was declared the man of the series. Lionel Messi won the Ballon d'Or award for Best Footballer in the world in 2021, beating the rival Cristiano Ronaldo. This is the 7th Ballon d'Or award for Messi. Messi, who plays for Argentina and Paris Saint-Germain, had previously won the award in 2009, 2010, 11, 12, 15 and 19. Spanish midfielder Alexia Putellas won the Ballon d'Or 2021 in women's category. Mohammad Arif Khan from Jammu and Kashmir has become the first Indian to qualify for the Winter Olympics 2022. The Winter Olympics are scheduled to be held in Beijing during February 2022. Arif Khan has qualified in alpine skiing event. The 30-year-old Arif Khan hails from Gulmarg in Kashmir. He has represented India in World Championship 4 times. In the end, let us look at some other miscellaneous items. The Oxford Dictionary has declared wax as the word of the year for the year 2021. Wax is a colloquial word for vaccine or vaccination. After the development of vaccines for COVID-19, the use of this word wax increased 72 times in 2021. The use of related words like double-vaxxed, unvaxxed, and anti-vaxxer all saw a surge throughout the year. According to the official data released on 18th November, the area deforested in Brazil's Amazon forests reached a 15-year high. Brazilian Amazon lost 13,235 kilometers of rainforest in last 1 year. This is a 22% increase compared to the previous year. The data is a severe criticism to President Jair Bolsonaro's handling of environmental matters. Brazil has not recorded a single year with more than 10,000 square kilometers of deforestation before Jair Bolsonaro's term as president in 2019. With this, we have come to the end of this video. We hope you like the coverage of topics in our monthly GK capsules. Do also watch our other videos. Happy learning. Thank you.